Hi, and welcome to the Beyond the Falls podcast. I'm Sarah Jenkins, and today I have Candice Anderson she's the executive director at the River Falls Food Pantry, and I'm just super grateful that you took time out of your day to be here, so thank you for coming.
I'm happy you reached out.
Yeah. I like to start out by asking, what's your connection to River Falls?
Grew up here. My family's from here. My grandfather was a postman here for 30 some years. My great grandfather was the first chief of police in River Falls.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
Been here a very long time.
Yes, born and raised.
Yes.
I love it. How did you become the director of the food pantry? Like, kind of what brought you to the food pantry?
I worked at the Eau Claire Humane Association for several years, and when I relocated back home, because this is home, I saw that the food pantry was hiring a manager at the time, and I'm like, I might be a good fit for that. So I applied and I got the job, and 11 years later,
Ooh.
I'm still there.
Awesome. I love it. Can you share with us maybe any history that you know about the food pantry?
I know it started based on the local churches in the area seeing that there was a need, people reaching out that were in need of food assistance. So it started out in the basement of Ezekiel Lutheran Church in a small closet. And over the years kind of increased to an upstairs room when they had more people seeking help. And then on Main Street, right next to Beau John's, is where I started.
That's right.
Yes.
I remember that.
And then in 2019, we finished construction on our own building now that's located right behind the American Legion off of Main Street.
Yes, I love it. It's awesome. How many families would you say, okay, let me ask this actually. Do you serve only River Falls residents?
We do not. We serve the majority is Pierce and St. Croix County.
Okay.
The majority are River Falls residents. I would say 85 to 90% of households are River Falls residents, and we do take anyone outside of the area, though. A lot of people come here for medical appointments, other appointments, or they may work in River Falls, so it may be more convenient for them to visit our food pantry.
Okay. And if you're someone in need of some items, how do you get what you need?
You just show up. We don't do appointments, which makes things a lot easier for people. It's just during our open hours of operation. You just come on in, and there's a brief form we have you fill out with just some basic information about yourself. That's all kept confidential. And then one of our volunteers explains the shopping procedure, and you shop for your food.
Awesome. And what are those hours?
There's a variety of hours.
Okay, good to know. All right.
So Mondays and Fridays we're open from 10 a.m. to noon. Monday and Thursday evenings we're open 6 to 7:30 at night, so some of the people that are working during the day can visit us during our nighttime hours. And then on Wednesdays we're open from 1 to 5 p.m. So that's our biggest chunk of open time is on Wednesday.
Okay. And how do you guys operate? I know you need a lot of volunteers.
We're in the lucky position where we have too many people wanting to volunteer, which is fantastic. We have about 40 to 50 regular volunteers who volunteer during our open shifts. We are majority volunteer run. There's only myself and another employee who's part-time who are paid. Everyone else is volunteer.
Wow.
So the majority, we have 5 to 8 volunteers per shift who come in and just help with shopping, helping people shop, stock, answering questions. And then we have another group of 5 to 10 people who pick up donations at various retailers for us and then bring those back to the pantry and unload them. So we have a good variety of people that help us out.
Yeah, and that's amazing that you're actually, I feel like that's something you don't hear often, that you have your volunteer spots essentially filled. That's incredible.
Extremely lucky. And with the university, a lot of students need service learning requirements and things like that. So during the school year, we have a lot of university students coming through who are more short-term volunteers, but helps fill that niche of when there's lots of donation drives and things like that. It helps us get things put away, and we appreciate that so much.
That's really incredible. Speaking of donation drives, I'm sure you have some coming up this time of year. You want to share any events that you guys are?
Of note, every year the Meyer Middle School does their Penny Wars, so we got that coming up right before Thanksgiving, where the classes compete on who can get the most food and money raised, basically. And every year that's a huge drive for us right before the holidays. And we look forward to it every year. The winning class comes in with all the donations, so we get to have fun with the kids and show them around the pantry a little bit. So that's the biggest one that we have, but there's so many people in the community that help us out around the holidays, and we wouldn't be able to do it without them. So we appreciate it so much.
Do you guys still do the, I thought it was coming up this time of year.
The flagpole drive. Is that what you're talking about? The grumpy old men?
Yes.
Yes, that will be coming up too. That started out, 25, 30 years ago?
Oh, really?
That's far older than I have been at the pantry. But that's been a huge fundraiser for us too. It used to be majority food being dropped off at the flagpole by the movie theater, and it's since kind of changed to more of a fundraiser where people drop off money with our grumpy old men who are not so grumpy. So that will be coming up too, and that's a huge fundraiser right after Thanksgiving.
Right after Thanksgiving,
yes,
okay.
It's the week, it's usually the Tuesday right after Thanksgiving. I don't have a date for sure, but I will get that out there as soon as I know. Yeah,
we'll keep an eye out for that. That's good to know, because it's nice you can drive right up and drop off your donation.
Drop off a donation or hand the check out. Some people just drive right by and hand the check off to the folks and keep going. So
yeah, that's awesome. Good to know that that's coming up too. And then what are the items that you feel like you guys are most in need of right now?
It's always cereal. Cereal's a harder one for us to get a good variety of. It's usually just a basic cornflakes, Rice Krispies that we have on hand. Another one is hygiene items like toothpaste, toothbrushes, deodorant, household cleaners, things like that a lot of people request that we're just not able to source as frequently. Sure. So those are some good items to donate.
Awesome. Are there any other ways that our community can help better support you?
The community is fantastic. Like I said, keeping an eye on our social media pages to see what donations we're in need of. We try to post that pretty frequently. And then donating funds, because we do order weekly from the St. Croix Valley Food Bank. We get a delivery every Monday morning. It's usually around 3,000 pounds of food we get delivered. And so donating money, we are able to take a $1 donation and get $5 worth of food.
Wow.
So any amount of money donated always helps us out with that weekly delivery.
Yeah, that's awesome. Exponential almost with your donation. I was going to ask, do you maybe you know, maybe you don't know off the top of your head, maybe a number of people that you serve in the community too? I meant to ask that earlier.
On a weekly basis, we see between 100 and 150 households.
Wow.
Monthly, the breakdown of individuals served is around 1,200 people.
Monthly?
Monthly. And that's all ages from children all the way up to senior citizens.
Wow. So. You guys are doing really great stuff for our community.
We have a good time. It's a fun place to be, actually. So.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, is there anything else that you'd like to add that maybe I didn't touch on?
Just that if anyone's in need of food, or you know someone that's in need of food, please reach out to the food pantry. And if you're uncomfortable popping in, give us a call or send us an email, and we'll respond as quickly as possible. So never be scared to reach out to us.
Yeah.
We're a happy group.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you on the next episode of Beyond the Falls.